Is my microphone going? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Emilio Lopez, and I'm here with Tony Polanco.
Yo, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going zones?
And I'm doing a little, or we're doing a little bit of a fun little unboxing of these two figures, which on the left you see this one called the Disguiser, and then the on the right you see uh, Ishmael, the Phantom Legend.
Yeah, I think you guys know what these are.
Yes, obviously you could
But if
tell.
they don't know, I think you should explain what these are.
Okay, so it's weird. There's no real word for what they call these. They're not really bootlegs. They're not really any of that sort of stuff. They're high quality figures. The only difference is that they're not exactly licensed. And a lot of times, what happens in the 1/6 scale figure community, they can tend to make these kind of sort of figures that are of famous people and famous characters, but they make them incredibly limited, and they never call them the name that they're supposed to be called
For obvious
for
reasons.
obvious reasons. So yeah, so you look obviously when you look at these boxes, you say to yourself, "Oh crap, it's obviously Metal Gear Solid 5." And that's the thing. That's the thing. So yeah, so for the for so these are just the right here. Now I'm just going to show you showing you the fronts of them, and I'll show you the insides. So I guess I'll start with Ishmael the Phantom Lord. So I'll pull this one out.
By the way, I didn't know there was a 6-inch figure community.
Oh yeah, there literally there's there's people buy and trade the different parts of them. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll buy a figure and then sell off all the different parts that they don't want to kind of create their own. In fact, I'll show you one that I've kind of put together. So yeah, here you go. Let's just get this opened.
For some reason, I'm expecting a camera cut.
Yeah,
right
no
now.
camera cuts, man. Because so here's Ishmael the Phantom Legend. Oh, let me get him a little thing there. So yeah, that's him. His gun, his gun fell out. You can see that there. But yeah, this is the figure. This thing is pretty damn awesome. So these are all his accessories. So yeah, essentially, this is Snake from the end.
Snake.
This Snake from the end of Metal Gear Solid 5, and the figure comes with all kinds of insane stuff. Like he comes with this is thermal goggles, and they actually turn on. You can see it right there on the side there. They have the iDroid, which is right here. You can see it. Get a little focus on there. You can see it. And it's pretty damn detailed. It comes with all these different hands. The stupid, if you see right here, has the stupid chicken hat. Right there. And then this one was the deluxe one. So this one came with alternate head of dun dun dun. It's Ahab. And if you can actually choose which head that you want on the character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, it's Venom. So you can choose which head you want on the character. You can have Venom, or you can have Big Boss. And then what it'll has.
That the
What was
no,
that?
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. Go ask your question.
Now I was just gonna say, I just noticed that the character stands upright right out of the box. You didn't have to do anything crazy.
Here's the thing. I put him in there so that he could do that sort of stuff because he's kind of this figure. That's the only drawback about this figure. He's a little loose, so he doesn't stand great.
Okay.
A lot of times they come with these sort of cool figure stands. I can't find the one for this one right now. I pulled it all out. So yeah. For this, you can actually choose which one you have, and he comes with an alternate horn, which I'm not going to pull out because I'll probably lose it. He comes with a Phantom cigar. He comes with... this is actually pretty awesome. He comes with a Walkman. He comes with an actual Walkman, and he also has a little tape. Other like little funky details is, you remember at the end of the game, they have those little photos
Yeah.
of, the what do they call it? The medic. and it's like it's really hard to see, but it's really detailed. It's like it literally has the photos of those characters and stuff like that from the end of the game, where when the reveal happens.
Yeah.
And it also comes with the tape that says, the man who sold the world, like a little miniature like audio tape. Let me see if I can pull that out. It's really hard to see, but yeah, if you see it right there. Obviously, whoever made these, the people that made this thing are pretty huge fans of Metal Gear Solid 5. It's got to refocus.
Yeah, because they put so much like little detail, and then I saw like the robot arm in there too.
Yep, it comes. So essentially, if you want to have okay, let's see this. Get this into focus. Come on. There we go. If you want to have Ishmael or you want to have Ahab, you can swap out his hand. You can do all kinds of really cool stuff with him. So it's pretty amazing, and the price of it is actually not that bad. You get like you get like pretty much everything that you could possibly want if you were like a Metal Gear Solid 5 sort of fan. So let me get a couple of seconds here now to put this away. Some of the other crazy stuff how insane and detailed this thing is. This also came with a cardboard box that you could put him in.
Nice.
And the cardboard box, let's see, inside the cardboard box, it has this. If you can see it. It's the Paz poster.
For it to,
There you go.
Oh, it's some sort of stupid anime.
It's the Paz poster that you could stick it on the box. As well as, like, how, like, the box, the different versions of the box had, like, different things that you could stick on the sides of it. So it has that, too.
Yeah. By the way, there's a comment here. This is from Adam Online. He goes, I imagine they're out of production now. Is that true?
This one, no. I mean, it's still available on certain sites, but it's a little difficult to find. A lot of times what they do is they have them limited, and then after that they just kind of, stop making them, because obviously they can get into huge trouble with a lot of companies. So what they do is they only make like a couple hundred or maybe 1,000 of them, and that's about it, and then that's it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, because they obviously, they can get in huge trouble for this sort of stuff. So yeah, that is Ishmael the Phantom Legend.
Interesting.
So now we're gonna the other one I'm.
Yes, Adam. It is just totally unofficial.
Totally unofficial, man. Like these figures, like you can do a search on them and then you'll find them. So here's the other one. I'm not gonna. Let me see. I'll show you the box. The box is a little bit annoying. This one is actually what I call the economy, the economy Metal Gear figure.
Yeah, he says excellent quality. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, it's crazy good. So this is the inside of Ishmael's box. Right? Ishmael also comes with a lot of the same things as Venom does. He comes with the tape recorder that you could stick to his belt. You can see that right there. And then he also has the gas mask that you can, from one part of the game. You can see that. A little difficult to see. And then, all kinds of other stuff. So, same idea, but it's a different company. So, a different company essentially made the same sort of figure. But this one is, Venom in his...
So it's not just one company doing this.
No,
stuff,
it's
though.
another company. So this is another company that made this essentially the same sort of figure. And that one, and the insane stuff that this one came with was... He comes with a Diamond Dogs box. But this one actually says Metal Gear Solid 5.
Uh-oh.
Oops, yeah, so... And yeah, so that's the two figures here. So, like, and the hilarious thing, it's like, again, you can, like, compare and contrast. Like, you can't really, like, the heads look really good.
Let me do a close-up.
Oh, yeah, do a close-up. I can't see
Yo, I mean, you can just, yeah, there you go.
right there. You can see. You can see the figures' heads. They pretty much look the same. Like there's some small differences between them as far as they look, but like they're pretty close. In fact, I kind of like the Phantom Legend Venom head better than this one, but this version of him actually has a really good head sculpt if you just got it on its own. And he is only like $150. He's cheap compared, as far as 1/6 scale figures go. Venom here, he's a little more expensive because he came with a bunch of shit. So
yeah, that's true.
Another example here, just to show you. This isn't of this right here. Oops. See, Venom doesn't stand good. Let me stand him upright. But just for comparison, here is an official Hot Toys Naked Snake from Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean Metal Gear Solid 3.
That one's the official one then.
Yep, that guy on the left is an official one. And like these guys are just pretty much made by like third-party guys that just wanted to make a really cool figure.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam Online, for hosting us.
Thanks a lot.
This is going to be a shorter stream, but I appreciate it.
It's going to be a short stream. See what I'm having issues with? Venom, Ishmael does have an issue standing sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
like his foot is a little off.
His foot is a little off. So, yeah. So that's all of them together. And like the you wouldn't if somebody didn't tell you, oh yeah, it was just some company that made them, you wouldn't be able to tell if they were these two guys on the right side or even not official.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
the official one looks pretty good though.
Oh yeah, the official one is amazing. It's like that came out quite a while ago. He's super detailed, and all their outfits are real. Like they're not like made of like they're not painted on or anything like that.
Yeah.
So. Here, so sure, just for fun, since I already showed you guys all the stuff inside this, let's put this there. Here is a really old snake figure. This one was made around the time of Metal Gear Solid 3, and I think this one was actually designed by Yuji Shinkawa himself. So if you notice, his face is a little bit his face seems a bit more cartoonish, or not. Yeah, I don't know. It's not as hyper real as these guys look.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it has that Shinkawa-ness going on.
Yeah, and they made multiple versions of this guy, and I'll show you him. I'll show you the older version. So the big difference between these is that they're obviously different versions of Snake. So this one is him.
So check this out. Adams Online says, I have all the McFarlane Toys figures, but never managed to get any of the newer sets.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, and then he says about the Metal Gear Solid figure, he goes, oh, man, that MGS3 one is insanely rare these days.
Oh, yeah. I bought that. Like, even then, it was rare. It was made by Midicom years ago, and it was super difficult to find. But I slowly but surely got a lot of them.
What's the one you just posted now?
The one, which one?
The one with the shotgun. It looks like.
Oh no, he's not a shotgun. He's just got this one right here, right?
Yeah, I'm just it's a little bit of a delay here. The one you just put up, the last one.
The last one. That one is another version of Naked Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3. So they made two versions. So they made one. He doesn't have one that has an eye patch, which is the one on the left, and then the one on the right is just him just without an eye patch. Pretty much the same head sculpt, just one has an eye patch and one doesn't, and one has like face paint and stuff. The one on the left side came with all this stuff. Like it came with like a crocodile hat and all kinds of crazy shit. So, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. And then remember, like I said, there's like the, kind of a 1/6 scale sort of community of people and stuff like that. And I to an extent, kind of got into making my own. So, it's not like it's using parts from all kinds of other different military figures. Let's see if we can get this to work. So this is the guy right here. So it's like a skull face paint. Oh shit!
Oh no!
There you go. There we go. I dropped the camera. So yeah, it's like a skull face paint version of Snake.
Crazy.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I imagine you have a bunch of these Metal Gear figures. Actually, I know for a fact you do have a bunch of these.
Yeah, I have quite a bit of them. Well, these are all the 1/6 scale ones. I do have a lot of the smaller ones, but not as many. I didn't, I'm really picky as to which ones that I pick up. So I just picked the ones that I kind of really enjoyed. That looked at the way they looked and stuff like that, and that's what got me to buy them.
Has there ever been like an incident where like the figure that you buy isn't what was promised on the box or what you saw from pictures?
You own some of them.
Uh-oh.
You have a couple of them. You know those figures that some of the Metal Gear 5 figure I gave you.
Yeah.
That one he's okay, but he doesn't stand very well. And same thing with
Yeah,
the all those figures made from that line. They don't stand it. They don't have foot pegs to stick them into something to help them stand. So those are ones that those ones I thought they were very good and they're well done. They just make better statues than they do actual figures.
Yeah.
Same thing. The same can be said a little bit about the McFarlane figures. They're a little bit more. Their paint job's really nice, but as the years go on, they don't last very long.
Yeah.
So
and they can't stand or
yeah, they
like
can't
that.
stand and stuff. So they're not really good to kind of like they don't really look good to display or anything like that. So, I mean, like they'll fall over and they'll bust into 1,000 pieces and yeah. So, but yeah, that's happened.
Crazy.
So yeah, there you go. The two unofficial Metal Gear figures along with the thing. I say this: I'm really as much as I love the center one, which is the what's his name, Ishmael, right? I think he's a really well done figure, but he's a little expensive if you do find him, and especially now since he's a little bit more limited than he was before, it's going to be really difficult to get him. But the disguiser on the right, I'm actually quite impressed with that figure because retails for about $150, and you get so many things that the figure to the left have. You get the stupid chicken hat, you get additional backpacks and stuff like that, a little goggles, all kinds of fun stuff. So
It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna guess they're gonna, there's just a wild guess of mine. We may get some Death Stranding figures eventually.
yeah, I would think so.
I wonder what they would call them.
Yeah, that's stranded something or other.
Because they always come up with like clever names. Like and then they also do like Last of Us figures.
Yes, they did. It was called Those Who Survive.
Yeah, Those Who Survive. Yeah,
and also, they have all kinds of fun stuff, and they kind of made up some fake Ellie-ish / Joel-ish names for them. Sometimes a lot of these companies, like when sometimes Hot Toys, who made the Metal Gear figure on the left side, the far left, they made a line of Resident Evil figures. Those things are crazy expensive now. You can't really find them. In fact, Chris's wife, she really wants the Wesker figure for that line, but they're all really difficult to find. So, but what happened is one of these companies that made these sorts of figures, like the two guys on the right here, they just decided, all right, we're just gonna reprint those figures. So they made a Chris Redfield figure. They made all the other ones, and they just named them goofy names. So, what do you think their name was?
What did they call them?
They called them Zombie Killer.
Zombie Killer.
generic name, Zombie Killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, go ahead, man. He wants to know if he could post a link to his collection. Sure.
Love to check it out.
Because I need to approve it, obviously, because I think we have like links not approved or whatever. We got to be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people kind of toss those things on there. So these are super. Again, it's like the one. The center one is amazing. The face painting and all that stuff is all really done well. But if you don't have the money, you can always get the disguiser, who's a really decent figure, and you get a really nice representation of Snake from Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm surprised they
Yeah.
haven't made one. I'm surprised that, and this isn't the first time they've made these sorts of figures. There is ones that they made for Peace Walker. They never made 1/6 figures for those, so that a company made that one was called the Metal Boss. If you find find a figure called Metal Boss, that is
Yeah.
the Peace Walker version of him. But yeah, they were supposed to
Oh,
make
okay, here we go.
Metal Gear Solid 5 figures, but I guess after Kojima had left Konami, they just kind of tossed it out and just said, "All right, we're done." Not making that one anymore. So it was supposed to be an official figure like the Hot Toys one on the left side, but unfortunately, it never happened.
Oh, that's
So
pretty cool.
yeah.
Hey, Adam Online, what's your Twitter? Because we'll post that up on our Throwdown Twitter.
Sure.
There's some good stuff you got here.
Let's see. Let me get my keyboard. I can't even see this shit.
Yeah, I posted his link.
All right.
Yeah, he goes, that's a shame it wasn't made official. That's what he said about what you said.
Yeah, they never made an official one, so these guys just said, "All right, they're not making an official one, so we'll just make our own." And hopefully we don't get sued. Well, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I think a lot of times these things are usually made in China, and a lot of stuff is made in China. In fact, sometimes you'll find like really close to like close knockoffs, which will probably were like somebody stole a mold from the factory or something like that and just recreated the figure again.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what I'm going to do is, Manny, I'm going to toss his information into our Twitter, and then you could go on the Throwdown account and give him a shout out.
Cool.
All right, anything else you want to add to this?
No, thanks a lot for joining us for this one. I just wanted to show you guys what these figures kind of look like. I mean, I was gonna do a whole video sort of thing, but this is much easier. Just set up a camera and talk, as opposed to set up a camera and then edit it.
Yeah, and plus you don't really have time for that anyway.
No, I don't have a lot of time. I just figured it'd be a little fun little thing to do, and then get back to doing what I usually do, which is work to ungodly hours of the night.
Yes, make that money.
Oh, he said something.
Yeah, he goes, lots of the Play Arts Kai figures have knockoffs too, actually. Some aren't actually bad, and considered picking them up myself because it's better than paying like $900 for a quiet figure.
Yeah, the Clay Arts Kai figures, they've gone up as the years have gone on. I don't have any here to show you, but those figures have gone up, and I feel like in a lot of ways the quality of those figures has gone down. They're susceptible, like they're supposed to be action figures. You're supposed to be able to pose them, but at the same time they don't pose well, and sometimes they're as the years go on they'll break. I bought a Play Arts Kai figure of Miller, Kazuhiro Miller from Peace Walker, right? At a New York Comic Con a while ago, whenever the game came out. Anyway, I got the damn figure home. I pull it out of the thing, and then the friggin' arm falls right off.
Oh shit!
And like back in those days, like those figures started to go up, and back in that time it was around $70 to $80. Now they're like 100 or 150, or sometimes they're 200, and they're not that, like, they're maybe half the scale, like a little under these sorts of figures, like up to their chest, and they're getting worse, which is horrible.
Oh,
so yeah, you're spending all this money on this figure that if you move the arm it'll break. Luckily, when I bring it back, I still had the receipt when I bought that Miller figure from Square. And they it's just actually kind of a fun story. So I bring it over to them, and I'm like, I brought this home, and then the arm just fell off. And then like when I gave it to them, they were like, they go into the back, and you hear them go, oh, like they're like trying to figure out how it broke and all kinds of other stuff. So they immediately gave me a new one, which was great. But yeah,
pretty awesome.
So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Let me see if I have my splash here, my final splash. There we go. Yeah. So thanks a lot for joining us for this one. Something a little bit different this time around. If I have any other fun figures or anything, you know what I'll do. I'll post them on here and we can talk about them live. So yeah. Thanks a lot. I am Emilio Lopez. This is Tony Polanco. And yeah, see you later, guys.